Yo, what's going on, people? Back again. Football talk. Matisse is in the building. What you saying, bro?
I'm good, bro. I never get tired of that new intro.
Bro, it's an old intro. It's
Okay.
It's just that I just haven't been using it, fam.
Because I've got one for my channel, so I might have to slap that on there now.
Bro,
when you're paying for that premium stream service, you might have to just start using everything, fam.
Bro, do it, man. I mean, I've had that for years, bro. I normally, like, when I upload videos on my channel, I use it. Do you know what I mean? But for live streams, I haven't been using it, innit? So it's just one of them ones. Then as soon as I decided to slap that on, it's just like boom.
Yeah,
you get me. Bare people are like, right, new thing, but nah, it's been there a minute, bro.
It's tight.
What you been saying anyway? Oi, the stream yesterday doing numbers as well, fam.
Yeah, man, it's doing mad numbers, 4K. So I think that's my highest on my channel ever. So when
Rants when I checked, blood, I swear I checked and it was looking more like 5, blood.
Oh, is it? Okay, maybe my numbers are behind. But
yeah.
It's definitely
looking more like my 5, my G. Yeah, bro. It's looking more like 5. It's doing this thing, bro. Not even gonna lie, man. It's a good look, man.
100%.
Today got a bit mad. I'm not even gonna lie. At the beginning, I saw a story about Sean Dyche, bro, which was a bit mad to me, fam. And it just had me thinking that, yo, football's a bit mad right now. Like, that man was saying, yeah, Sean Dyche basically negotiated with Burnley that he could bag 5% of what they make on any homegrown players that they sell, bruv. And I was thinking, hold on a minute, that's a bit mad. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like, man's getting commission, yeah. Man's getting commission on selling footballers, fam.
Yeah, it's not the way forward for me personally. I think it's a bit ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? Because it feels like he's trying to take credit for the fact that the players have come through the academy, but did the club not invest in the academy as well? So I don't understand how that works on his side.
And also, like, it doesn't make sense, bro. You know what I mean? It genuinely doesn't make sense to me. Like, I was trying to work it out, and I'm thinking, if he does bring someone through and he plays them, and then they're better than whoever's there, cool. That's a win for the club.
Yeah.
And then if he sells them on, that don't make no sense, because that's a circumstance thing, surely.
Yeah, like it doesn't really make sense how it goes into his pocket. Like, what is he getting credit for? If anything, should it not be going back into the? For me, if you're going to do that commission wise, should like 5%, 10% not be going back into the youth system 100% guaranteed? Do you know what I mean? They're the ones who have coached. They're the ones who have coached the boy through 15 upwards or whatever age he joined, 8 years old upwards. The youth coaching staff down there, the head of youth development, they're the ones that should be taking the credit, not the guy who the ball came across the box and now he's tapped it in and now he wants 5%.
But this is it. If anything, that money should be going back into either grassroots football in the area, or back into reinvesting in the academy more.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? But why would that money go into the pocket of the manager, bro? Please tell me how that makes sense. That just sounds like some mad backhander thing, bro. Like, that's what that sounds like. Because just because a player comes through, that don't mean that it's had anything to do with that particular manager, bro. If anything, it's the managers beneath him that have prepared that player to be good enough to get there. If anyone should be getting the 5%, it's either the managers of the academy, or the actual academy itself.
100%. And for me, it's a thing where, like, you give them the chance, 100%. Give them the chance to play football in the first team. Congratulations for that. Not all managers do that, but you didn't. If the player's that good, really, you don't have a choice. Do you know what I mean? Because if you don't play him, then he's going to go somewhere else. He's going to go to another club and he's going to shine there. Perfect instant example is Gnabry when he was on loan at West Brom. Tony Pulis didn't give him the chance. You know, not everyone could see how much of a baller he was, but I thought he was going to be a decent player. I didn't expect him to be this good, but you know what I mean? He didn't get the chance at West Brom. He said, cool, I'm going to go and do my thing in Germany next time. And he got his next loan and then bang, off he goes. So ballers can't really be contained. You can't stop a man from thriving. So if you're not going to play him, someone else will. So I don't get this whole 5% cut thing. I think it's a bit cheeky from him. Maybe because he's the longevity of his service at the club, he thinks that he can do more. I remember when Arsene Wenger was at Arsenal for so long, the longer you've been there, the more power you get. So maybe he's been there so long now. Obviously, he's kept a club like Burnley in the Premier League who really financially don't have a divine right to stay in this league. Do you know what I mean? They do very well every year to really stay in this league. If you look at other clubs that are spending and going down. So maybe he just feels like, yo, you man need to start looking after me a bit. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure he's well looked after.
Yeah, but it's weird, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure that there's grassroots, yeah. If you get these players coming through the academy, you either sign them yourself or you poach them from one of the little academies in the area. Do you know what I'm saying? So surely it would make more sense to the 5% to go back to some of the teams in the area where they're nicking players from. Yeah. Or back into the academy setup so they can have better facilities. That's where the money,
that's where a really should be
player being sold should be going, not into the manager's pockets. Because 100%. For me, just because you brought a player up into the first team, because they were good enough, that ain't got nothing to do with you if he's better than the man that you've got. Do you know what I'm saying? Like what have you actually done to facilitate this? Because if he wasn't good enough, you wouldn't have given him the opportunity anyway. So if anything, he's earned it.
100%. And what this could cause is that more managers now try and play more youth to sell them on and then get more money in their pockets. It's backwards. And the thing is that if you do this for one manager, then the rest of them are going to start chatting up and be like, yo, where's my 5%? Where's my 10%? And it's like, it doesn't make any sense. Not on any level does it make any sense. I'd love to see how he himself would try and justify this, because it doesn't make any sense. Has it been approved, or is it just a request he's put in?
Bruv, they're saying it's all but agreed, bro. And then I saw loads of debates online saying, guys, what are your thoughts on this? For me, it's nonsensical, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's actually nonsensical. It makes no sense whatsoever. Like Sean Dyche, if he so happens to have a gem in the academy, it's not because of his doing. He's not the scout. He's not the community scout. He's not the youth coach. He's just the beneficiary. And what does that mean? Does that mean that the next manager after him has the same deal? How does it work? Just because you're there for longer, now all of a sudden you're getting commission off bringing players through, bro. I think there's a conflict of interest when you start incentivizing managers with money, to bring players into the team and then sell them on, bro. Because they're saying if what's his name? What's that player's name, bro? The only one black brother they got, the mixed race brother, McNeil. They're saying McNeil's linked with a 40 million move away, and if he goes for 40 million, Sean Dyche can pocket £2 million.
Nah. Miss me with that. That's got to stop. That can't even begin.
When you're incentivizing managers to play players, bring players through because they can get paid if they sell them. For me, the integrity is gone.
Yeah, the integrity is gone, because you're meant to be picking the lineup based on trying to win the games, not trying to showcase little young talents so then you can go and sell them on for more money. And then
so you can make more money for your family's Christmas presents. That don't make no sense.
No. And there's no need, because he's a Premier League manager. I'm sure he's being paid well enough. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, like you mentioned very well, the grassroots football, they don't get enough credit, because that's where most of these careers start. They start in Sunday League. And then when these teams go bust and they really fold, especially in climates like this, no one really cares. Do you know what I mean? You're not just gonna have Sunday League teams popping out of anywhere. Do you know what I mean? Good Sunday League teams that actually really produce good talent, because you can do coaching down there. Do you know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. It's not just like, baller turns up, plays a couple Sunday League games, and then goes and gets scouted. You can do real coaching down there. You can get talent right down to the bottom. But if you're not going to invest, then your standard of football is going to drop from. It's the foundation. It's the foundation of the house. Don't expect the house to be looking nice if the foundation is not good. It's going to sink, fam. So, and really, like you just said, what is that? 2 million. If that goes back into grassroots, that could do madness for the area,
bro. You know, during this lockdown period, the amount of grassroots teams that have been dissolved because simply they can't afford it, bro. I literally just done an interview with a TV station. Like, these men left my house about an hour ago, and we are talking about it. They were talking about my team and grassroots football and what the first lockdown done and what the second lockdown's doing. There were FA websites, basically saying at the end of the last lockdown, they were basically saying we've had teams dissolve, so there's actually spaces for teams to join the league late, and we'll waive your joining fee and stuff like that because we're low on teams. So grassroots teams are being dissolved because of lockdown, and you're going to give that manager to flipping to Sean Dyche. That brother looks like an angry boiled egg, fam.
It doesn't make no sense.
Man, just standing in the dugout, looking like Phil Mitchell, blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's mad. How are you going to give Sean Dyche £2 million if they sell Dwight McNeil?
It's nuts.
And my man saying surely it's illegal, but it's not actually illegal, bro.
Yeah.
Like they're saying that actually it's not illegal, and they're saying that Ian Holloway apparently was trying to put in place something similar.
Well, I don't know where this is such a wacky idea from him. I don't know where he's even thought of this. To even his agent must be moving mad, you know. Must be hard. Must be really hard times for the agent. I mean, he's just like, yo, we need to start using every trick in the book because this has come out of nowhere for me. I've never heard of this idea once before in my life.
Yeah,
can't run.
It's so weird, bro.
It's as bad as the dads. I think it's the Brazilian dads are known for being the agents and then taking a percentage of the players' value.
The third party ownership and that.
Yeah, don't drag all that stuff over here, bro. Nah. Keep that stuff over there. We can't have any of that third party ownership. Nah.
Bro,
keep things nice and simple in football. Because you man are trying to twist up the game far too much and do too much fancy stuff. We don't need no confetti over here. I like the game how it is.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. That would have been like saying, yo, like, when David Beckham got sold to Real Madrid, Sir Alex Ferguson would have pocketed like 5 mil or something. Like that don't make no sense, bro. Like, bro, that don't make no sense to me. You see what I'm saying? And like Mason Greenwood's come through now, Rashford's come through. So like when we sold Danny Welbeck to Arsenal, like LVG would have got money or something.
No.
Bro, how does that make sense?
Imagine the brother just stepped through in the place for 2 minutes and then suddenly you're giving him money for something that's been going on for 10 years. A whole academy system, yeah. Brother's been there since 8 years old. Now you give him his debut at 18. Say the manager just come through the door. He's been there since January. You sell him in the summer. What, 6 months? Not even that hard work. And you're going to sell him and you're going to get 2 million.
Yeah.
No. That can't run. There's too much grey area there. In fact, the whole thing is grey. There's no green.
Bro, it's foolishness, bro.
Foolishness.
You know what I'm saying? And we spoke, like, we thought, hold on, yeah. Like, look at this. Exactly. When this happens, the manager's credibility is compromised. Because, bruv, when I see, yeah, Ollie playing Dan James, I sometimes think, right, is he getting paid to play this one? You know, like that. And then if you put that out there, yeah, then now it is compromised. Because then you're thinking, hold on a minute. Maybe he's playing, man, so they can sell man on so he can make some money.
Yeah,
and he's not actually
a legit
strongest team.
It's a legit problem. That's a legit problem because that would now be a reason as to why you pick your homegrown players over your foreign ones, and that can't run. That cannot run. It has to be you pick your 11 to win the game, not because you're trying to cake 2 million. Because now, think about it, yeah? Say the player's been linked to a move away, and in a couple months till January, you're going to start really playing them now. And then sometimes now you're going to get a situation where the manager, further compromised, right? The manager can start trying to cause unrest with the player because he wants him to leave, because he wants to get the money out of him. Now, the player wants to stay. Player's playing well, loves the club, doing well. Say Marcus Rashford's top scorer, doing well. But now Ollie's like, listen, you got to go. Rashford's looking at him like, what? Well, why do I need to leave? I want to stay at the club. No, you need to go, bro, because I'm trying to cake 3, 4, 5 million out of you.
Yeah.
And then Rashford's like, no, I'm not going. But now Ollie's purposefully causing unrest in the dressing room, purposefully trying to piss off Rashford to try and get him out of the club. It's like, you can't. This cannot run. It cannot run.
And Ahmed said that. Yeah, bro, I heard about that. And managers do that as well. Don't think that Jose don't sign Mendes players because that's his agent and stuff like that. These things happen, bro. You know them, man. These things happen. These things happen, and you know.
And then Mendes just slides him a little something.
Bro, of course. But you think these things don't happen in football?
Yo, this game is.
You know what I'm saying? When Mendes is bringing in bare man, and then saying to Jose, yo, like, do you know what I mean? If you sign this brother at your club, man will kick you back $1 million off the agent's fee or something like that. Bruv, don't think these things don't happen in football, you know.
The fuckery, you know.
Bruv, listen.
This game is rigged, fam.
I was hearing man like Allardyce and them man here were charging players money for appearances and that. Swear down.
You're charging a man to play.
They were saying to certain players, yeah, because they were saying, bruv, I'll guarantee you 15 appearances or something like that for 30 bag and them things.
Nah, the game's
washed. God, I'm hearing that these things happen in football.
No, the game's washed.
I would never put anyone's name in the mud and say who's been telling me, but bruv, I chat to bare pros.
Yeah, you do. That's the thing. That's why I'm taking that legit.
Bare
that's
pros.
Probably a thing.
A man are telling me that managers are selling appearances, bro. And this has been happening for years.
Imagine getting that on the All or Nothing tape with Jose Mourinho. Listen, Danny, you want to play, right? Yeah, we're going to slip a little 10 bags.
Man said he heard Neil Warnock said it. Bro, I wouldn't be surprised. Warnock seems like the kind of guy, bro.
Yeah, he seems like
seems like the kind of guy. So these things happen in football, guys. So you see this whole incentivizing managers, to actually play players, and if you sell them on, it's a slippery slope, bruv. Because once you start opening the door up for that, you start seeing bare madness.
Imagine he's coming to the office, suddenly he's bringing Gucci bag with bills in it. You know what I mean? Stacks of money. Am I playing this weekend or not?
And before you know it, managers are texting each other saying, yo, man, I want to buy this brother still. You know, like that. You know what I mean? Because I need a little bit of pee.
Yeah.
Or the other way around.
And then you have an issue because some players can afford to pay a manager more money to start, but then some players are earning different money in their contract. And then it's a madness.
Bro, imagine a situation where a man wants to sign your player, like say United, someone wants to sign Marcus Rashford. Rashford don't want to go. But the manager's thinking, yo, I can secure a little 10 mil if I sell, man. But I would just sell him against the interest of the club. You know them ones there.
Yeah.
It's a slippery
and then you get yourself in a situation where you sell off all your assets because you're trying to make money, but then you got the homegrown rule in the Premier League where you got to submit at the start of the season. You're like, shit.
Bro, how can you incentivize selling players? That can never end well, bro. If any of us as human beings are given an incentive to make money, we're more likely we're gonna take it, bro.
Yes. You know, 100%.
That kind of money.
Ain't nobody
to make 2 million is
nobody ain't too rich to make more. Nobody's too rich to make more. Just make it. Look at Mayweather, fam. Brother was given all the money in the world, splashed it. Always like, I need more. Goes and fights fucking Conor McGregor. Do you know what I mean? No. Never enough money in this world, fam. Just never enough.
Trust me. Big up everyone watching. Make sure you let us know where you're watching from as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Live on Twitch. Do you know what I'm saying? Man's getting so used to saying, "Oh, make sure you smash the like button." There's no like button. They know them ones there. They know like that. So make sure you hit the follow button if you're not following already.
Oh, we on Twitch? I didn't even know.
We're on Twitch. You know?
That's mad,
Twitch, bro.
You know, I'm just here. Do you know what I mean? I don't know where we are. We could be on Facebook.
You know, if you want to catch all the live streams will be on Twitch. After this show is finished, I'll be uploading this episode to YouTube. So if you missed the start of it, guys, you can watch it back on YouTube. And if you're watching it on YouTube, make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you leave a comment below. Get these algorithms up, and make sure you slap the like if you're watching on YouTube later on. But yeah, all the live shows are going to be on Twitch, and then all the reruns are going to be on YouTube. Like, do you know what I mean? That's how we get around these man demonetizing live streams. this is what we're doing now.
Yo, that's crafty enough. Fair play. That's actually smart.
You gotta do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And bare people are coming over here to Twitch now as well. I see Geordie's coming over now as well. He got an exclusive deal with Twitch. Do you know what I mean? People forget that Twitch was designed for live streaming. That's what it was designed for. YouTube wasn't. YouTube's a hosting website. Do you know what I mean? It's for you to host videos. So really, when people started live streaming, it's not built for that. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is the place to stream, blood. And YouTube's is the place to host your videos. So that's exactly what I'm using it for. You know, like that. So yeah, big up. And as this guy said, you're forgetting these managers don't support the club. If the manager knows, and we're gonna go into how long managers stay at football clubs. If the manager knows, yo, I got 3 years max at this club, I'm here to make some money, cuz I'm selling all of their use. Yep. And I'm gonna say that it's for the betterment of the team, but really, I'm making my piece, then I'm kicking. Yep. Imagine if you're a Man United manager and you be like, you know what, bruv?
Greenwood.
I'm selling Greenwood. I'm selling Rashford. All these men. Yep. Why not? What's the stop?
Why wouldn't you? There's absolutely no reason why not to. Because loyalty is often very fickle in football. So
5% commission they're offering, man, bro. If we sell Rashford for 70 M's, 10% of that 7 million. So I can get 3.5 million for selling Marcus Rashford. Cash.
Easy. It's not even a debate what you do as most people, especially if I'm managing United and I don't even support United. That's an even easier decision. I'll replace Marcus Rashford with some other guy, some foreign guy. Not a problem.
This is it.
Spend the 70 mil that I just got on a foreign dude, bank my 3.5, and keep it moving. And I'll just promote some other youth guy and slot him in for the Premier League list. This is not even an argument.
It's wild.
It's easy.
It's wild, man. I mean, big up everyone. Man's in Brum. Got Kenya in the building. Got Kenya in the building again. You lot make sure you hit that follow. If you're on Twitch Prime, then make sure you subscribe. You know what I mean? You get a free subscription with the Twitch Prime if you got Amazon Prime Gaming. So make sure you sub. Best Kenyan support in here. Love to see it. Do you know what I'm saying? And make sure you turn your notifications on as well so you get that notification. Yeah, my man.
This brother said no more hiding in the bathroom. I saw that comment. This brother, yeah. Well, man was never in the bathroom. Man was just in a smaller flat. So it was peak, but...
Too funny, bro. Know what I'm saying? Big up everyone. Capes here, South Africa. Come on, man. Big up all the guys new to Twitch as well, man. Welcome. Jose at United was a Ponzi scheme, bro. Let us know where you're watching. Where you're watching from. This is funny, bro. Too funny. India's in the building. Kent, Toronto, big up. Do you know what I'm saying? Japan, the Bronx. I big up New York as well. Big up Troops as well. Just moved into his new apartment.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, just moved into his new apartment as well, boy. Doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Antwerp's here, Netherlands, East London, Stockport, South London. Come on, Tokyo.
You guys are
Southeast.
Chat, you know?
Man said Southeast. Southeast is massive, bro.
It's a little big.
Trust me. New Delhi, Amsterdam, Malta. Come on, man, are everywhere, bro. Senegal. My man saying he's in Belmarsh and that. My brother.
Man's in Liverpool.
Yeah, trust me.
Man's at M3.
Man's at the M3.
No, get
bro.
home.
Yeah.
Get home.
On Twitch, you can listen to the audio only as well.
Oh, is it?
Which is lit, yeah.
Oh, so it moves like a little Spotify thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watching from Leeds, new to Twitch. Big up all the people that are new. India, Belgium. And yeah, let's go on to this.
Yes,
Guardiola signed a new 2-year deal. This means no Poch to City and maybe Messi in the future. Bruv, I think that Pep staying almost guarantees that Messi's coming next season.
Yeah, because Messi's not signed a new contract, has he? And it doesn't sound like he's going to. I think he's very much like this. We've seen Messi and Barcelona politics before, but never really to take it seriously. It's really about money most of the time. Same with Ronaldo when he's at Real Madrid and whatnot. But this time, I really felt how pissed off he was. Like no talk of new contract was ever mentioned. No. It was all about you man are running amok and you can't run this team. And from what I'm seeing on the glance of this season, I'm not seeing anything that's going to rapidly change Messi's mind to say, yo, I'm going to stay. And I think for his own career, it would be lovely. And it's not even a bias thing because I don't like Barcelona. Like I do like the way that they played back in the day, but I don't like them as a club, the way that they move in the press and their players try to talk about other players and whatnot. I don't like the way that they handle themselves. Same with Bayern Munich. But I think it would be, as a Premier League fan, bring Messi. Bring in Messi. Do you know what I mean?
Bring Messi to the Prem. I want to see it. I don't 100%. Care where he goes. You know what I mean?
100%.
I'm a United fan. I don't care if Messi goes anywhere, bro. I just want to see him in the Prem.
100%. As a
I want to see
fan,
Messi cooking centre backs that I know. You know them.
Yeah.
I want to see him cooking fullbacks.
All them tweets of like Messi couldn't do it in a rainy night in Stoke and Ryan Shawcross would have him up. Show them Messi what it's about, fam. Please show them what it's about. Like as a football fan, there's certain time where you just gotta not put rivalries aside, but this is bigger than rivalry. This is Leo Messi. This is the GOAT, the greatest player of all time. If he can come to the Prem for a couple of years, I'll sacrifice whatever beatdown I got to sacrifice for my team to watch that, because that would be nuts. And that's an opportunity now for a lot of people in England who have not got to see him live, because I ain't traveling to the new camp. Do you know what I mean?
But that's what I'm most excited about. I just want to see Messi live, innit?
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I want to see. I just want to see him live just once.
And it's mad because he's only signed a 2-year deal, so it's not a mad long. It's not like a mad long deal. It's a deal where it's like, yo,
you got Messi's deal. You know?
Yeah, you get Messi this season, and then I'll do what I can the next season to win Champions League, and then we'll cut from there. Do you know what I mean?
What they're doing with Messi is, I heard that they're doing a deal so that Messi's gonna come Man City for like 2 years or something.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna go to their other team that they own or something in America or something like that.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's what I heard that they're going to do. So that's what the package is going to be. The package is going to be Messi to Man City, and then he'll go. I think they own a team in America and they
Australia.
Because remember, that's what they did with Lampard.
Yeah, 100%. And that's them getting value for money then, because then they don't have to negotiate transfer fee and whatnot with their other partnered clubs. They're gonna get the shirt sales from both teams. You know, Messi's gonna get bare shirt sales. People are just gonna buy that shirt regardless. No matter, there you go, New York City. You know New York is populated. You send Messi over there, and every brother in New York will be wearing a Messi shirt. So they know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? People say, oh, he's gonna cost a lot of money. He's not, because do you know what I mean? From shirt sales and whatnot, you're going to be able to negotiate a higher sponsorship deal with whatever brand you're working with, Man City. You slap up that deal and you start saying, listen, we need to renegotiate because Messi's coming to town. I don't know when their deal expires with their sponsors, but that's something to look into as well. If that marinates with Messi's contract ending, that's going to be an interesting one. And yeah, do you know what I mean? Pep, for me, is that guy who's at Man City until he wins the Champions League. And when he wins the Champions League, he'll cut because there's nothing else to do. Do you know what I mean? He set points record. He's gone toe-to-toe with Liverpool and beat them as well, which was very impressive because Liverpool were mad that season. Just needs to win Champions League, and he's done everything in England. I don't think Pep's the kind of guy to do a Ferguson and just sit around and just keep winning the same trophies. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't shown that in his career.
Trophy is the League Cup.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Win the Champions League, prove to people. Well, you're not going to prove people that you can't.
If he doesn't win the Champions League without Messi, I still think,
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. He's by bringing in Messi, he's not proven that he can win the Champions League without Messi. That's one thing that he's still little X mark across him. But just to win it at another club, I'm sure that's all he'll care about. And yeah, I would love to see it because, do you know what I mean? Messi's not getting any younger. We're running out of time for these ballers. We saw Ronaldo in the Prem in his prime, so that's cool. But I need to see Messi 100%. Maguire versus Messi.
I'm not trying to see that. I'm not trying to see that at all. I'm not gonna lie. His wage is still $1 million probably, but listen, them chicks can afford that.
And another topic: would Ronaldo come back to the Prem knowing Messi's here? Because a lot of Man United fans have been saying this and sticking him up in kits and whatnot, and it's all looking nice.
So. I don't want Ronaldo back at Manchester United. You know what I mean? Like,
you don't want him back.
I don't want him back, bro.
Because you could have him maybe instead of Cavani. He could do that job.
Exactly, but that's what he is. He is literally a goal poacher now, like Cavani is. Except Cavani's younger. You know, that's exactly what he gives you. What Cavani.
But then Ronaldo's better, innit? So you could run that.
You have to get rid of Cavani.
Yeah. That's the thing. If you were going to do that,
United, bruv. If Oli had Ronaldo, he would be starting him, bruv.
Yeah, probably.
You know that every game, Ronaldo starts every game. You know what I mean? It's a nostalgia thing. That's what the Ronaldo thing is. It wouldn't work out. Ronaldo don't want to be here. Ronaldo uses us all the time when he's flirting to get new deals everywhere. Talks about how much he loves a football club, but man celebrated when he scored against us.
He's been here and done it at United anyway. There's nothing else to do. Do you know what I mean? I think for Ronaldo's brand, because you have to look at him as a brand, because that's what he is now. Yeah, you don't have that many followers on Instagram unless you're trying to do something else. His next move is America. It's got to be.
Yeah,
that's where the Zlatan done it for the perfume. Do you know, whatever it was. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's just logical. You know what I mean? If you're trying to build a brand, you go to America at some point. You got to do it. You know, Trump's built his brand.
I think America's got 200 and something million people or something.
And he's not really tapped into that. For all that Ronaldo's done, he hasn't tapped into that. Say he goes to the MLS and wins the league, wins the cup and whatnot, like a Zlatan, and does a madness like Zlatan, does a couple bicycle kicks over there. You know, it's just that just helps the profile. Because America, thing is with America, is they're in their bubble. So you'd think, oh, Ronaldo must be. He's global. Everybody knows him. America know him, but America don't know him like we know him. Do you know what I mean? America, sometimes a lot of Americans are in a bubble when it comes to stuff. Not all of them. Some of them obviously are looking into what's going on in other countries in Europe and whatnot. But a lot of Americans are in a bubble because the country's so big and it's got everything. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing really missing. Like if you didn't want to leave America, you wouldn't have to. If you didn't want to look outside America, you wouldn't have to. If you didn't want to, do you know what I mean? If you didn't want to follow any other sports apart from the real American sports, you wouldn't have to because you got a lot. So they got everything. Do you know what I mean? They got the drama with the politics. They got everything. They got all the superstars. You got LeBron James. They got everybody. So my thing is that for Ronaldo, for his own brand, he's got to go to America at some point. He's got to.
He has to, bro. You know what I mean? And this is an interesting message here. He said Champions League, but what about Fergie being shit in the Champions League as well, 2 times in 26 years? Bro, I ain't gonna disagree with that.
Should have done better.
But again, this is a conversation for football fans, isn't it? Because you got to understand, I don't know how Sir Alex Ferguson's looked upon, as a manager outside of the UK, because this is where I was born, in it.
Mm.
I don't know what Spanish man, Italian man, Dutch man think about him as far as being the greatest coach ever, because we only hear it through the gaze of British fans. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what they feel about him. Maybe they look at his Champions League record and say, what, 2 Champions Leagues in 26 years, he ain't the greatest manager ever. I don't know.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. They could well have those conversations.
My thing is that if Pep dominated the league like Fergie, I'd probably put the Champions League thing to bed. Do you know what I mean? Because what he does,
longevity then, because
yeah. Like, I mean,
if Pep stayed in Spain at Barca, he probably would have won 10, 11 leagues back to back, maybe.
Yeah, true. Because it's a difficult one, because continuity does bring some more success, more time, but at the same time as well, to keep ticking over the squads like Ferguson did is not easy. Like, you need to the characters that Ferguson has to deal with, from Cantona to Keane. Do you know, it's not easy. Even Tevez. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's not. That's why I think this is a very good conversation. A lot of people don't want to have it, because a lot of people are so emotionally tied to the football club and to the manager that they don't want to even entertain anyone else's opinion on it. But I'm saying two Champions Leagues in 26 years, bruv. If somebody just gave you that stat, and didn't tell you whose it was, you would laugh at it.
Yeah,
you know them.
It's true. It's true.
So it's one of them ones where you have to look at the domestic honors and what my man's won, the amount of trophies he's won in the amount of time. But then you could look at someone like a Jose Mourinho or like a Pep Guardiola and say, cool, if Pep came through from the youth team at Barca and he stayed at Barca for like 20 years, how many league titles would he have won? How many Champions Leagues would he have won? Do you know what I'm saying? We don't know. Do you know what I mean? So it's all hypotheticals. That's why I'm saying it would have been nice. It would be nice to know how these men see the whole Ferguson thing from outside the UK. Because obviously here, bruv, we just say, yo, best manager ever.
Yeah. It's not even a
conversation.
Right,
even
undisputed.
Thinking about it.
Undisputed.
Nobody looks into it. Nobody says anything. No one says, oh, but he's only won 2 champions. Bruv, we've just been fed that to the point where we just say it. You know that ones. But then when I look at
longevity does a lot in this country as well.
Oh, bro, like, they love a little bit of longevity.
They love a bit of longevity. So, do you know what I mean? For the time that he's been here as well. Like, for a lot of people say, if you make your best ever Premier League 11, they won't put Ronaldo in, but they'll put Giggs because Giggs has been here longer. But I say on talent, Ronaldo is just better. So why would he not be in? But man will say, oh, Giggs was being.
I rub out the longevity thing sometimes, because my man said Fergie did it in the Premier League, but the Premier League wasn't the best league in the world the whole time Ferguson was the manager. How many times were Premier League teams winning the Champions League while Ferguson was manager?
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, Liverpool won it once. Chelsea won it, I think, once while he was manager.
Was he? Yeah, because he left in 2013, innit? Yeah.
So that means, and then we won it twice. So that means, in 26 years, a British team only won that trophy 4 times. So
he's got half of them.
Exactly. And he's got half of them. So you could argue that the Premier League wasn't the best team in Europe when he was managing it.
Yeah.
And that's a separate argument again. And this isn't me rubbing my man out. This is me just being completely non-biased and just putting the numbers out there, because the numbers are there. I'm putting the facts and figures out there, and I'm letting everyone else make up their mind, because I'm trying to look at it from, what did these Italian men say? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're competing with AC Milan, Inter Milan, some serious teams.
Fabio Capello's better, or Ancelotti's better, or some men saying, no, Pep's better because he's won the league in this many different countries. Is Jose better because he's won the Champions League with more than one team in more than one country, whatever. Yeah. I don't know how they're ranking these managers. Do you know what I mean?
It all depends on what you define as greatness, isn't it? Because the great is that,
their ex-managers that have won trebles and said, right, they're the best manager ever. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how these men look at their managers in their countries, because I don't live there. Do you see what I mean? But one thing I do know is, in this country, we always sensationalize stuff that happens here.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
I know Giggs was talented, but he's not better than Ronaldo.
But this is what I'm saying. When people say Giggs was better, like, you know what I'm saying? For me, even Robert Pires was better than Ryan Giggs. But because Ryan Giggs was British, and he played for Man United for like 15 years or something. Man are gonna be like, it was more than that.
Yeah, but like we know Giggs was talented, but Ronaldo was something different.
Exactly, because Giggs was with for so long, man say automatically he's better than so and so and so and so because he won more. When you're in the best team in the 20 years, you're going to win more than most people.
Yeah, 100%.
That doesn't mean you're better than them.
100%.
You see what I'm saying? So it's a very, very good conversation. It's a very good conversation. It's one that people don't have.
It'll be very interesting to see what the take is outside this country. I can't lie, because they would be unbiased about it. I think they'd be looking at it as an outsider. And more time when someone's looking at it from an outsider instead of the, Chelsea fans will say Jose Mourinho. Do you know what I mean? When you're speaking about your own club, the bias can only naturally just come. Whereas if you come with someone maybe a La Liga expert or something, it would be very interesting to see what they say. Very interesting.
This brother said Spanish dogs probably. What's wrong? That always got that one Irish,
Yeah, this guy's funny.
Bro, the Scottish Satan, bro. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a proper argument. You know what I mean? Because I don't really know too many people. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't really know. Like I mean, it's interesting. Do you know what I mean? In Spain, they don't rate Fergie as high as the UK. I don't think anyone would rate him as high as the UK fans outside of England because they've got their own legends.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, I think that it would be interesting to see where these guys actually rank people that we rate.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I think it would be very, very, very interesting to see that because I think we don't get told these things, bro. And I think we just assume that everyone sees people the way we see them. Like in this country, they rubbed out Paul Scholes for ages, but on the continent, they love him.
Yeah, I think greatest and best is two different things, isn't it? Because if it's best, you go in with the most talented, and then if it's greatest, then maybe legacy comes into it. That's how I would definitely define those two words. So someone will say, "Who's the best left winger?" I just seen it in the chat in the Prem history. For me, that's Ronaldo. But then who has the greatest legacy? The greatest, maybe you're talking about legacy. So then I wouldn't say Ronaldo. So it really just depends on how you're defining these two words.
My man saying where I live, nobody rates Fergie like that. Lippi won the World Cup and the Champions League with Milan. You see what I'm saying? So again, that's why I'm asking you. Like, I don't know how these men rate XYZ outside of here because all we see is through the English media guys. We see it through ex-players. You know what I mean? That's all we hear. We don't hear nothing about it.
It's true.
You see what I mean? So that's why it's very hard for me to give biased analysis or assessment over who the greatest manager of all time is because of the club I support and the country I was born in. You see what I mean? It's easy for me to turn around and just say Ferguson.
If you tweet that Ferguson isn't the greatest on Twitter, you're gone for.
Finished.
Yo, they will hang you, fam.
We're finished. You know what I'm finished, bro. And this is the thing. So you're not allowed to have like proper football conversation. That's why I feel like it's important because man just wants to have proper football conversation.
But that's what these streams are for, innit? The chat's out here discussing it. Do you know what I mean? There's no abuse. That's why I like doing these things like podcasts and streams because it's long form. You get to really talk in detail about these things. On Twitter, you only get a certain amount of characters, and if any man misinterprets what you say, whether it's on purpose or not, then it's a game over. Do you know what I mean? Then you have to start doing threads, and ain't nobody got time for that.
You know what I mean? And the man saying Fergie's the best manager in sports, period. But then
you'll get all sports. Oh,
there you go. You'll get an American.
That's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with you, but have you watched all sports to say that? That's the thing. Because now you're talking about sports. You can't just go throwing that out there unless you've watched all the sports. You know what I mean? There's been some big teams that have done big things in different sports. So that's a lot. You're saying a lot right now. You're saying a lot.
There's plenty of nationality of managers in this country that have been successful, but in other countries like Italy, it's just Italian guys like Capello and Lippi. That's cool, yeah. But then you could say, cool, Sir Alex Ferguson managed in Scotland, managed in England, didn't manage nowhere else. He just stayed at home.
But this applies to players because how many English players are going abroad and doing their thing? So that's just that's 1-1. Do you know what I mean? That's the equalizer. Do you know what I mean? Because seriously, English players don't go abroad, and when they do, Do you know what I mean? It's usually the young ones who need first team football, like your Jadon Sanchez who go
That's
Germany.
more recently. Before,
yeah, that's only recently. 100%.
You know what I mean? Michael Owen, Jonathan Woodgate, there was a period where that man went to Real Madrid. But other than that, man never went.
Yeah, unless it's the pinnacle at Real Madrid. These men don't really want to leave home. Do you know what I mean? So the same can be said for players as it can be for managers. So for me, that's 1-1. That's the equalizer.
Still a thing to win leagues for a big career like he's won. He won in the beginning, the end of the reign. This deserves credit. I agree.
100%.
I agree. What I'm saying is, because we are born in the UK, and we support Manchester United, we're gonna say that by default without even questioning it. I'm saying that it's okay to question everything. It's okay to question everything, bro. Because what happens when a man puts you on the spot and puts the numbers in front of you? Then what are you gonna say?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And that's just all it is. I ain't lived in Italy, so I don't know. I know when these men are winning trophies, when Juventus are winning their trophies, when Milan are winning their trophies, bro. I didn't follow them to know who the manager was. I don't know how many Serie A titles that Ancelotti's won. I don't know how many Capello's won. I don't know how many Lippi's won.
Ancelotti's career is glossing. So underrated. Like, if he wins something at Everton, he needs to be spoken about more. Because this brother...
he needs to be spoken about more anyway.
You know, facts. But if he brings a trophy to Everton... Because for one thing, that I do rate, that Ferguson hasn't done and Pep hasn't done. Actually, Ferguson did kind of do it with Aberdeen. So Pep mainly. I rate a top manager that can go to a team that's not at the top and win something with them. Take them, elevate them. That is something that Mourinho, for me, has over Pep. I'm still waiting to see it with these top managers. Because I'm not saying it's easy to do at the top. You have to manage big game players. You have to manage big mentalities. You have to spend the money right. You're coming up against the best teams in the world and whatnot. But to take a team up and actually win something with them, like a Porto to the Champions League, do you know what I mean? Just to elevate a whole team and a whole club to your standards that you set, that's a different ball game. And for me,
bruv, I even forgot that Carlo managed PSG, bruv.
No, he did, yeah. Real Madrid
has 1, 2, 3, 4.
He's been everywhere, bro.
5. Bruv, he's won honors with 5 different clubs, bro.
Yeah, so he's on a Mourinho team.
Bruv, man's won, 3 Champions Leagues.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. He's got to be spoken about.
He won the FA Cup with Chelsea. He won the league with Chelsea. He won the Spanish Cup with Real Madrid. He won the German Championship with Bayern Munich. He won the Italian Championship with AC Milan. He won the Italian Cup with AC Milan, the Super Cup with AC Milan, the French League with PSG. Man won 2 Club World Cups with AC and Real Madrid. Man won 3 Super Cups, with Real Madrid and AC Milan. He won 2 German Super Cups with Bayern Munich, and he won that looks like the Charity Shield with Chelsea.
And can I also say that I don't know about the other teams, but the football he played for Chelsea when we won that league that title, the best football I've ever seen at Stamford Bridge, bar none. Nothing comes close. Absolutely nothing. Like, it wasn't even the win; it was the way he won it. Breaking goal, like, it was nuts. We were slapping teams out 7s, 8s, and the thing is with Carlo is that he looks like a type of man who will go and manage Italy. If he does something there, if he gets a trophy at Everton, bags a trophy at Everton, I feel like he's going to go on for a long time. But say he finishes his career at Italy and wins something there, like a Euros or something, or a World Cup, it's a rough one for a lot.
This manager is the one who wins the most with different players in different countries. But if that's the case, it's Carlo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? See,
again, it can't be Ferguson then.
Yeah. So it depends on what your argument is. It's always going to be down to interpretation. Nobody's right and no one's wrong.
Fact.
That's why when you're saying, Ferguson's the best manager ever, period, no conversation. Bruv, there's a conversation.
But then you have to say you never took Ferguson out of his habitat. You never took him out of his club. That was his club. You know what I mean?
Large part of Fergie's reign, the Prem was a farmers' league, and it was.
You know what I mean? He didn't.
In the early 90s, the Premier League couldn't touch the Italian league.
You didn't take Ferguson, like, you didn't take Ferguson to Spain and say, like, you got to learn Spanish now and do that. You need to, we got to put more respect here, because I feel like in England we don't do this enough. Learning languages is not easy, bro. Do you know what I mean? The whole communication thing, new way of life, new food, new living arrangement. Do you know what I mean? We don't put enough respect on it for these foreign players that go to different countries, learn new languages. Some of these brothers know 6, 7 languages. And some of us don't even know English well enough. Do you know what I mean? We need to pay homage. And this is the thing.
5 or 6 different countries on one sheet.
100%. We need to pay more homage because
one sheet is Spain, England, France, Italy, bro.
Got to learn all them languages, you know.
Come on, bro. And I mean, and my man saying,
and then you got to talk tactics in them languages, bro. It's a whole thing.
Champions Leagues in 5 years.
That's mad. That is mad,
bro. You see what I mean? So when you're saying greatest manager ever and stuff, we have to put parameters. We can't just be like, yo, there's no conversation to be had.
There's always a conversation to be had.
Always a conversation because the parameters always change.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I think it's mad ignorant, yeah, to just turn around and just be like, nah, like this is it. So and so forth. There's no conversation. And then someone could turn around and say this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then when they do say that, what do you have to say? Because that is true. That is facts.
That's what I'm saying. So again, like, bruv, like be open to a conversation, innit? Don't be ignorant and don't just be trying to rub out people's opinions based on what you believe, blood. I believe that he's the greatest manager that I've seen, yeah, in this country. But man's not going to turn around and say that he's the greatest manager ever and rub out the achievements from other people. My man said, I think trophies and longevity, but longevity is circumstantial sometimes. Do you know what I mean? It's circumstantial sometimes. Steven Gerrard stayed at Liverpool as long as he did, yeah, because he wanted to leave and he wasn't allowed to.
Yeah, trust Trusay tries to join Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah, man wouldn't have been getting this longevity.
Same with Wayne Rooney. You know, we really tried to have up all your mandem, you know. All the England greats, fam. We really tried it at Chelsea. You know?
And Rooney ended up staying. So what happened? If Rooney left, then what? Does that change anything?
Trust, fam. I'm telling you, Chelsea really tried to have up all the England greats. We really tried it.
That's what I'm saying. Man can't really, yeah. We can't just rub out other managers and say, right, you didn't stay at a team for 10 years, so you're not wavy. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, when people look back on Gerrard in particular, say club legend, whatnot, he was so close to joining Chelsea. I don't think you man understand how close he was. He was so close that the Liverpool fans were threatening him and whatnot. That's why he ended up staying. Same with Rooney. I remember how gassed I was that Rooney could be joining Chelsea. This brother put in like two or three transfer requests at Man United in his time. He was close. He was so close. But then, do you know what I mean? Things didn't happen. So this longevity argument, and sometimes it's not even down to the man, because look at Ozil. He's trying to do the longevity thing, but the club don't want to hear it. You can't always do the longevity thing. It's not always in their power to do longevity, because sometimes it takes two people to do the longevity. Do you know what I mean? If you wanna be longevity with your wife, but she cheats on you, what are you gonna do? Now your legacy's all torn up because someone else did a madness. It's got nothing to do with you, bro.
This is what I'm saying. Bro, the 90s was definitely the era for the Italians. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
That's what it was. So let's not pretend. Like even Joe Cole said, when he broke through in the Premier League, it was a lot easier for English players to break through because the level was low. He said it himself. There's an interview out there. I remember he done it. Do you know what I mean? I think he done it with Sky or something. And Joe Cole said, listen, yeah, it's a lot harder now for youngsters breaking through into the Prem. When I broke through, do you know what I mean? There wasn't that many foreign players. Do you know what I mean? The level was quite low.
Ferguson's not dumb, you know. Ferguson's not dumb. He saw Man City and he dipped. He was like, I'm not doing this again. I seen this Chelsea thing last time. I'm not doing this oil money thing again. He got halved up, one title gone, and then he got it back and he was like, I'm done. It's like Nico Rosberg versus Hamilton. He ain't having it. He's like,
he didn't at the right time, though, for sure.
Yeah, he's smart, fam. He's left at the right time.
He's like, longevity killed Wenger.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not doing this Smalling and Jones thing with Man City on the move. No. I'm gone. Yeah, longevity did kill Wenger. Yeah.
I understand, yeah. The longevity thing, yeah, sometimes. If Wenger left when he was on top, people would probably rub his name out.
100%. They respect him more.
It can be a negative thing.
Yeah, it's not always a good thing. 100%. Toxic relationship from him. That was toxic. He should have left so much earlier. He should have left and managed France. Tried to win something. You trying to tell me Wenger with this crop of French players couldn't win World Cup too? Imagine that legacy. So you take Arsenal, right? Change the whole scale of English football. Take Arsenal, do the Invincibles, do whatnot. Cool. Once you've clocked that you can't win Champions League, bounce. Go and do a couple things in a few other countries. You speak all the languages in the world. Go to another foreign country. Take our top team there. And then cool. In a couple of years, now there's French crops here. You can't tell me you can't do France. Finish on France and then become a pundit. His legacy would be so different. Arsene Wenger could have had a whole different thing on football. Whole different thing. And instead, it's only his chapter 1, in the first part of the book that gets spoken of highly, because the second part of the book just gets toxic. When I think of Arsene Wenger now, I think of DT. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's a whole, so that's really Arsene Wenger's name. That name alone should never even be established with a banner. But because longevity, and he didn't leave and he didn't know when to go, and he loved the club too much. He said it himself. He loved the club too much for his own good. Do you know what I mean? So longevity is not always the way to go. Sometimes you need to know when to pack your bags and leave. And that's the case with him.
That's it. And Arsene didn't do that. And he ended up ruining his legacy in the eyes of some people. So sometimes longevity ain't all what it's cracked up to be, bruv.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You have to go out there, do your thing, and then know when to call it a day, innit? And Wenger didn't know when to call it a day. And now man are rubbing him out. And that's what it is. But when Wenger was really doing his thing, Arsenal were playing some real bad boy football that this country had never seen. They were winning stuff. You know what I mean? Man went unbeaten. He done all these things. And all these things will be forgotten about. A man are rubbing him out like he's a side man because he stayed too long. You had to see people like Shamak and them, man.
Bednar, what?
You know what I'm saying? Juru and flipping them.
Senderos. Yo, it's been dark. I don't think Arsenal, you man need to put more respect on that brother's name, because he got you top 4 with that. Almunia in goal. You man don't respect. And now look at you. Yeah, it's struggling with party time. You need to put more respect on his name right now, fam. I don't want to see an Arsenal fan talk crud about Wenger again. If you know your club and the way that it's operated under Stan Kroenke, and you're still dissing out Wenger after all these years, because you know that some man will still draw for him after the fact that you can see now that your club's got problems. So you replaced him, right? You got him out. Now you had Emery, now you've had Arteta. You had Emery who won. Don't. People like to use Emery as a gift on Twitter, like as if he didn't win Europa League back to back with Sevilla, like he wasn't a top coach. Then you got Arteta who come true, and you said he's the next thing of Christ, and now he's doing a madness as well. And you still want to disrespect Wenger? No chance. You need to go back and repay for your sins, fam. You really do. That is such an old man, fam. It's not disrespect.
He's done it, through many decades or whatever. Owners, styles of play. The styles of play comes down to the number 2s that we brought in. Very shrewd. Different owners. Cool. The Glazers came in. Do you know what I mean? In 2008. I want to say 2008, was it? 2008 or something like that. Or 2007 they came in. And we won the Champions League in 2008 or something like that. Winning trophies every year for 30 years. What? Like, nah, but he didn't win trophies every year for 30 years.
He didn't win trophies every year. He didn't win trophies every year.
Didn't, but I hear what
you're saying. There's a couple years he didn't go. He went without a trophy.
2005, some of you saying 2006. I know that the Glazers came in, just before we won the Champions League. So, yeah, it would have been, I thought it was like around that. So in my mind, I'm just thinking just before 2008 Champions League when the Glazers took over in 2005. So cool. Do you know what I'm saying? So man saying different owners and this, that, and the other. Bro, I get what you're saying. And in my head, he's the greatest manager of all time. Do you know what I mean? But then I'm questioning myself and I'm saying to me, why do I think that? Do I think that because I support Manchester United and I was born in the UK? That's why I'm number crunching right now.
Yeah.
You know 100%. What I mean? Because I'm not out here just trying to have opinions for having opinions' sake. I have to question my own opinions. Where do they come from?
Yeah, 100%.
I can genuinely say that my opinion comes from the fact that I've been told this, not because I've actually sat down and thought about why I believe it.
Someone put a really good point in the chat where technically a manager, by definition, is the person who can do the most with the least. You know what I mean? With the least amount of quality in their team, what can they extract from it? Can they turn water into wine? And that's another great point. Do you know what I mean? So by definition, what can a man do when he's really under pressure and he's got the least amount of ingredients, but can he still make the cake? That's another question, because again, with these top managers, but they spend a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? If I had a company, if I was Donald Trump, it's like getting an inheritance and then becoming a millionaire. It's like you were already a millionaire, bro. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So There's a lot of ways to look at it.
This is why I'm saying that it's all about perspective, innit? So all I'm doing is putting the question out to you guys, yeah. If you think he is, yeah, or he isn't, I just want to know why. And when man are saying, yeah, he is because of this, or no, he isn't because of this, everyone's got different perspective of looking at the same question. Do you see what I'm saying? This is why I asked the question in the first place, bro, because there is no right or wrong answer. It comes down to how you're seeing it. This brother's saying, I think you're downplaying the legacy. I ain't a United fan. Just because you're not a United fan, that doesn't mean that you haven't been influenced by the British media like everyone.
Yeah, the media. And by the way, we're not saying he's not the greatest. We're just opening up the discussion.
But I'm saying, yeah,
he's got legacy, but loads of other men do as well.
Yeah? We hear stuff in this country, yeah,
and take it
all the time.
Yeah, we take it for fact.
If you grew up in the UK with United dominating things, by default, you're probably going to say, yo, Ferguson's the best manager ever, because you've been told to believe that.
And also because you watch these media, man, in the punditry game. They don't watch other leagues. They don't watch other countries. It's the same bubble that I spoke about when I spoke about America earlier. You don't watch what's going on elsewhere. These pundits on Sky Sports told me that Kevin De Bruyne was a bum when he came from Wolfsburg to join for Man City. They said, why you spend all that money on him?
Yeah.
So they didn't watch him. Do you know what I mean? And some people will speak without watching stuff and just to have an opinion. So I'm not saying... we're not really
said was a madness as well.
Yeah,
I mean, Clough did some crazy things with Forest. Again, Brian Clough's another manager that, as a British person, you hear about all the time. I didn't watch Brian Clough. Do you know what I mean? So I can't comment on his style of play or anything like that. I know that he got 2 European Cups with Forest, but I know that Forest were doing bits at that time. Aston Villa have European Cups that I didn't watch. Do you see what I'm saying? So all of these things, again, it's about perspective. Do you know what I mean? A man talking about Brian Clough in Rome, I don't know. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why I think a lot of the time our perspective, is influenced by the backdrop in which we are raised.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, if we look at it in a completely non-biased way, is the mathing, bruv? Let's do the math, innit? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we're wrong. I'm not saying that we're right. I'm saying I don't know how other men feel in their own country. Maybe in Portugal,
and we've all watched Ferguson more than we've watched the contenders, right? Do you know what I mean? Because the contenders were in that other country. So do you know what I mean? That you've got more affinity to Ferguson because you watched him shout on the touchline. You saw Fergie time. We saw all of these great moments. Whereas if you're watching the other man, do you know what I mean? Maybe you feel a different type of way. Italians don't have that affection to Ferguson like we have here. So the conversation is different.
You probably think Jose is the greatest manager of all time.
Portugal will take Jose all day long. It's not even a debate.
2 Champions Leagues with Real Madrid, and he won a World Cup with Spain. So maybe in Spain they think that Del Bosque is better. See what I'm saying? Because maybe man might turn around and say, well, it's harder to win a World Cup.
Some man rate longevity. Some man rate going to other countries, managing different players, different languages, different backgrounds, and doing it that way. So, and who are we to tell them that they're wrong, really? Because that's a very difficult thing to do. And I don't, like I said earlier, I don't think people in the UK respect enough the difference of packing up your bags multiple times and moving country and still doing the business. It's not easy to do. It's really not. Hence why a lot of English people don't do it. You know what I mean? We don't come out here learning 4, 5, 6 languages. We don't pack up our bags and go to Croatia and do a madness. We don't do it.
That's why I think that it's ignorant, as people born in this country to just say, yo, he's the best, point blank period, and not question it, bro. He's saying he's the best because they were 14 titles behind Liverpool. Guess what? If I support AC Milan, I don't give a shit how many titles United won. Only people in this country care about that. You see, what you're saying is sentiment.
It's sentiment. It must be. You have to be a United fan to care about that. You have to be. You have to be a
man outside of the UK do not care about Man United and Liverpool's little title back and forths. If I support Roma, do you think I give a shit? You understand what I'm saying? So this is what I'm trying to say to you guys. A lot of stuff that we're saying is emotional, and it comes from a place of we were raised in this country and we've been told that we have to believe this. And the thing is that the punditry that we follow is all based off emotion half the time.
We know that. They're not super analytical and statistical and whatnot. Like you see the young guys coming through with their XG stats and whatnot. Come on now. You see, you know the punditry that you've been gobbling up over the last years before media like this, YouTube, Twitch, and whatnot come about. You know what it's like on Sky Sports when it comes to Saturday soccer Saturday. You know what time it is when it comes to Pogba talk coming from Graham Souness. You know what it is. You know it's not based on any real logic. It's all emotion. So imagine gobbling that up now. What's the chat saying for age-wise? Probably 25 to 18 maybe range. Yeah. You might not. You in our younger days, we know we've been gobbling up all this punditry from Sky Sports and other. I'm not, like I've said, I'm not saying it's wrong, but we have been influenced by the media, and you'd be silly to think that you're not. You'd be silly to think that you haven't been. You have.
As an adult, you have to unlearn behaviors that you are actually indoctrinated with by the media and all these other things, and being at school. You have to unlearn things, bro, because you get just injected into your psyche, bro. Like this guy saying Ferguson's done so many impressive things, trebles to his name. I don't think he's the first manager to win a domestic and Champions League treble. I don't think he is, and I don't think he was the last. I think Hinke has done the same thing in Germany. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just that they made a massive deal of it here because it was the first time it had been done here. I'm sure that Barcelona have probably done that treble. Do you know what I mean? I think Pep might have even done it with them. Do you know what I mean?
Barcelona's definitely done treble.
Yeah. And winning the league 3 times in a row, I'm sure that it happens.
That's happened.
In every country.
That's been
PSG
happening.
have probably won it 10 times in a row.
That's happened.
Juve have probably won it 6 times in a row. So again, that's only impressive to us here. But in Italy, a manager might say, "Yeah, well, I won the league 4 times in a row. So what?"
But then English fans will flip it and say, "But their league's not competitive." But then I'll flip it and tell you that this league wasn't competitive if he won it 3 times in a row. Do you know what I'm saying?
There you go. Look at this. Jose won the treble with Inter. Cool. That means it's only impressive here because no one else has done it before. Enrique did it with Barca. Pep done it with Barca. So all of a sudden, the treble ain't that impressive no more. Do you see what I'm saying? So again, it's only impressive to us.
And you can argue that Mourinho done it with a team that was a little bit more. I'm trying to think of Ferguson's team compared to Mourinho's team. You have to compare the teams and which team was better. You have to compare.
Then it comes down to ignorance, in this country.
It's ignorance. It is ignorance because these men don't speak about Barcelona and Bayern Munich's trebles. Do you know what I mean? But that's why fans outside the Premier League will look upon us and be like, "Yo, you man are taking a piss. You think things don't happen outside your country?" And it's true because look at that comment there. You man are not gonna. You don't want to talk about that because winning the treble with Barcelona. You'll say it's easy because what? Because they had this player, that player. Okay, well, I'll say Ferguson had four world-class strikers at the time, or 3 world-class strikers and one really good one because Oli Alshaw and whatnot.
We have to be real, innit? You see, when we're having these conversations, have context, bro. Man can't just be saying things because we heard things, bro. And this is always my argument. That's why I say always question, even your own opinion. Because if anyone says to me best manager probably in sports, I'm off the bat, I'm throwing Ferguson in the top 3. Off the bat. You know them without questioning why I'm doing it. Do you see 100%. What I'm saying?
And when it comes to this 1-horse race thing that people like to run with, cool, you can do that with France. You can say Spain 2-horse race because of the way that their TV money set up, but with Italy, you can't run that show because Italy, for me,
Chelsea got money anyway.
Yeah,
it was Man United.
And for me, Italy are very much close to the Premier League when it comes to competitiveness, when it comes to who can win the title. Because fallen giants, we've had our Liverpools with Paul Konchesky running at left back, and Italy have had their fallen giants in AC Milan and Inter. But those teams are up there. They're top big clubs. Do you know what I mean? If anything, you look at Juventus, you look at Inter, you look at AC, they probably got more big teams in their league than us. Because how many teams in our league have really gone and dominated Europe? I can talk about quite a few Italian teams. Them 3 definitely have done their stints. So, do you know what I mean? You have to look at it where I think the Premier League and Serie A, they're quite close in competitiveness. Do you know what I mean? They're very close. You know, you wouldn't count if you're going to talk about a Roma and a Napoli. If you're going to talk about a Tottenham, you're going to talk about a Roma and a Napoli, I'm afraid, because Tottenham ain't won no league title. So why are they in this country spoken about as title contenders? But then when it goes to Italy, it's a 1-horse race. Napoli is Tottenham to me, if anything. And I think Napoli probably got more to them in terms of history. than Tottenham. In fact, I'm almost guaranteed that just from having Maradona alone. So you have to come with a different perspective, because people talk about these farmer leagues. You cannot run that with Italy. You can't. You cannot run it.
That's what I mean. My man said, I'm going to get, bruv, they could clip me up, bro. I don't care. You know them, man. These men are jobless anyway. We already know that. They can clip it. You know what I'm saying? Anyone that wants to know the truth can come and watch the thing and know the truth. Anyone that wants to clip it up to try and get retweets because you can't get retweets on your dead account any other day, that's your business.
If anyone here was worried about getting clipped, we wouldn't be running the show in the first place.
That's what I'm saying, man. Don't worry.
You know what I'm saying? I know to Twitter, I know to people, Twitter seems like the be all and end all when it comes to if you get clipped up there. Fam, there's football fans on Instagram, there's football fans on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? If you was worried about getting clipped up on Twitter at this point, then you wasn't ready to come on here in the first place. So that's not my problem, because anybody here right now that listening to the debate understand the depth of the debate. That's really important.
That's what I'm saying. I big up everyone in the building. That was a solid debate as well. My barber comes to my yard, Bran. Come on now. You know
mine don't, hence the hood.
I'm gonna say barbers closed. Yeah, bro. It's never closed when it comes to your account. You know them. Man.
Oh no.
That's what I'm saying. 100 follower account with Sancho as a DP getting busy now. They could chop it up. No, man. As hell on earth. Every time I open Twitter, yeah, it's just full of unhappy people, bro. Like, honestly, I'm gonna start using it a lot less. And now I do watch alongs. I don't tweet during games anymore. Bro, honestly, Twitter is crap. You know them. It's crap, bro. Like, I went in there this morning, yeah, and I saw a compilation of Jack Grealish from last night, and I quote tweeted it saying "proper player." I love Jack Grealish. He's my backdrop.
Yeah,
bro.
Oh, is he? Oh, sick.
Yeah. And these brothers are like, oh, somebody wrote, oh yeah, Bruno shits on it, and I was like, bruv,
so we're not talking about Bruno.
Why are you bringing negativity?
But it's true, because anytime I mention Pulisic, then they mention Hudson-Odoi. Like, do you know what it is? Yeah, Twitter, and I love Twitter. I still do love Twitter. It's my favorite platform to converse, because it's where I can interact the easiest, and that's where I've been made. So I'm never gonna not love Twitter. But so tribal on there, man. Everything is this versus that. Martinelli versus Saka. This versus, like, it's Greenwood versus Hudson-Odoi. It's like, it's funny the first time, and then after the 10th time, 15th time, it's like, bro, just stop. It's not necessary. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no one else does this. No one else does this. It's not necessary. The international break was a piss fest, fam. I love Twitter, but that's when the football's on, because then people are actually talking about football. During the international break, it's a joke, because people are making comps of players getting injured. People are wishing injury on players, saying it's time for Hudson-Odoi. Let's hope Pulisic. Like, people will take a picture of Pulisic getting injured and then caption it with like, "Oh, it's Hudson-Odoi's time to shine." It's like, what are you doing, man? And it's just like, when are you gonna, like? For me, I don't find that funny. That's not comedy to me. I don't know what depths of comedy you man go to, but man saying they miss the old days, and it's like wishing death on players' mothers and whatnot, or it's like, this is the old Twitter I apparently missed out on that was so good. I don't find that funny personally. Like, bro, it's not that I'm boring. It's not that I'm boring or I'm old. Like, I didn't chuckle, bro. I didn't laugh.
It's annoying, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And then someone else was like, oh yeah, like, he's definitely better than Pogba right now. We should get Pogba out and bring Grealish in. Why can't we just appreciate Grealish? These men want to throw in negative comments everywhere. They want to slander someone. Why can't you just praise a footballer and then move on?
It's a crime to do so, bro.
And this is the problem with Twitter. Twitter's a negative place, bro, and it's just full of people that hate their lives, bro. I don't hate mine.
It's just very tribal for me at times. Very tribal.
I'm not into this tribal football crap. That's why I'm not on no flipping football club channel. Do you know what I mean? That's one of the main reasons why I left. Because man, I want to have a football opinion. Because
it gets blurred, isn't it? Suddenly you're playing defense. It's like, yo, my player's better than your player, when really,
it's dumb, bro. It's dumb. That's what football Twitter is. It's my team versus your team. Then you get silly comparisons coming all over the place.
Yeah. I remember last year it was like Foden versus Mount, and Foden wasn't playing much. Mount was. I said to them, bro, Foden's still the better player. Doesn't mean I hate Mount, because that's what they'll say. Yo, you hate him. Well, back your own. No, I love Mount, but Foden's the better player in my opinion. Have the discussion. No, you can't have the discussion because you support Chelsea. You have to back Mount. Like, that's not football talk, bro. Like, that just to make. And the thing is, you wouldn't do that anywhere else. Like, sure, I hope not anyway. Do you know what I mean? If you actually have it, you wouldn't do that.
Like, man always, like, That's why if I say something, yeah, if I agree that I don't think a United player is good, man are looking at me like, oh, why? Like, no, like you're meant to back your player. Nah, bro, if he's not good, he's not good, fam.
And do you know what it is? Yeah, the whole faceless thing. I understand it because you don't want to be drawn out, but if you're like us and you use your real name, your real face on the platform, you can't really go 100% just biased because you get found out. Do you know what I mean? You have to have some sort of football opinion on these things. You can't just say Mount's better than Foden just because I support Chelsea. For what reason would I do that? Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is, man. It's a mad platform.
Big up everyone that watched the show. If you're watching on YouTube now, make sure you smash the like button. If you haven't already, make sure you leave a comment as well. If you missed the start of the show, guys, that are watching on Twitch, then make sure you go back and watch what you missed on YouTube. And make sure you leave a comment as well and smash a like. You lot already know what to do, man. Get over these dodgy algorithm business, man. But Matisse, that was a solid show. Again, that's what I mean. A proper football talk. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, bro. No bias.
100%.
No, bro. Like, man just gotta say things through like our honest opinions, bro. That's what it should always be about. The tribalism and that is cool when we're doing match build-ups and stuff like that. But bruv,
all day, every day, 24/7, it's too much.
It's football, bruv. Do you know what I mean? I'm a football fan first, bro. Like, if I think a player is good, I don't care who he plays for. If I think a player's crap, I don't care who he plays for. Even if he plays for my team.
100%.
So big up everyone that's new to Twitch. Make sure you subscribe to Matisse's channel. You know what I mean? You already know what to do. Go over to the Instagram. It's going to be in the link in the title of the video as well. Anyone watching back, so just click on the link. Go straight over there. Subscribe to his channel. Get them followers up, man. We see if we can get you to 5K by the end of the year, bro. We'll push that.
100%. 100%.
Next show, well, I've got my career mode coming up in like 15 minutes, 2:30. I'm gonna do it. Then I've got show at 7 with Flawless, and then show at 8 with Dapo on Dapo's channel. So, man, you lot still got three more bits of content from me today. You got anything else coming out today, bro?
Me, I'm gonna record a video on my channel, so if you head over there, you'll get content out of me today. Also gonna head on, I think Turkish is doing something, so I'm gonna do something with him later on his channel, I believe, like a big 6 thing. And yeah, just looking forward to it. The football's back. Do you know what I mean? I said it, I know we've had international, but for me, football is back now. Club football. We've got a hectic schedule, so you know content's gonna be flying up 100%. So I'm buzzing.
Calm. Big up everyone that's watching. Make sure you hit the follow button here on Twitch if you haven't already. And I'm gonna catch you lot soon.